can often get us down. Some ways simple, some profound, but I always have you.
Hey, Broadway Christian Church, it is Wednesday afternoon, the day after the election, and the squirrel out there eating our pumpkins. I wanted to jump on and just say a few words to you, really just a couple suggestions or maybe some challenges for us as we reflect on the election and our response to it. This Pilot's Voice episode is really only for people like me who've spent more time than they want to admit, either listening or watching or following the coverage in one way or another over the last 24 hours. And so these words are to me as much as anybody. Just two very quick suggestions. First of all, I'd encourage you to go outside. It's beautiful outside. This week is going to be a really beautiful week. And so take some time, be outside, take a walk by yourself, take a walk with your family, and enjoy God's creation. What's happening in the political world right now is real. It's serious and it matters. But let's remember our Creator. And so I would encourage you this week to go outside. Second, I would encourage you to choose some book of the Bible. I would encourage either the book of Philippians or the book of Colossians, and to read that book out loud, either to yourself or even better to a friend or with your family, and simply read it out loud. Today and over the course of the next week, we're going to have a lot of words and a lot of information that we're going to be considering and having to discern and to think about how we need to respond to that emotionally or in whatever other way. And I think that the books Philippians and Colossians in particular can be really helpful to help point our minds and our hearts toward heaven and remind us of the relative importance of what's happening in an election. And it is an important thing. And we want to steward the gifts of our earthly citizenship rightly and to steward those well. But we always do that first as citizens of heaven. And I think that both the book of Philippians and the book of Colossians remind us of that very well. Those books remind us of who Jesus is and also give some clear instructions about how we are to respond to him as citizens of the kingdom of heaven, and also how we are to respond to one another as citizens of the kingdom of heaven. And so those are my two challenges for you today on this day after an election. Go outside, enjoy the creation that God has made for us to remind us of him, and dive into God's word and to read it out loud. Don't read it silently. My challenge is very specifically to read it out loud and to allow those words to be the words that inform you about how you are considering and reflecting on what's happening around us right now. I love you, Broadway. Peace to you today.